Well, folks, we are now halfway through the Loki season, because now we're talking about that episode 3. Hello there, I'm Anaji, and this is FMV Review. So yeah, like I said before, we're talking about Loki episode 3. So we're just going to get right into it. This is going to be a little different, but we'll see. We will see. So first of all, I want to say, found the intro to this episode pretty interesting. This sort of weird, the way they break the tone of this futuristic world that we've been kind of existing in, the TVA and the timeline and all this stuff. And it's definitely broken in this scene. I do like the fact that this scene has a sort of unsettling sense because you just know something is off. Yeah, I did like the way that when it would cut in the background, you would see that it was different, letting you know that something was off for sure. But also, I just gotta say, the Loki intro theme music is it just hits. Every time it starts going, it gets me hyped for the show. It's like this grand electronic score, and I love it. And I love the changing letters and all that kind of stuff. So, at some point, Sylvie and Loki end up on this planet called Lamentis. All I could think is just a purple planet. So yeah, you kind of have it where they're squabbling in this episode, but I did notice there's this one scene, and is there some romantic tension between the Lokis? Yes, Marvel, please let it get weird. Please don't back out of this. It's television, it's okay. Let it get weird. Yeah, but as you're kind of seeing Loki and Sylvie walk around this world, I would say that I'm curious what makes Sylvie want to kill the Time Lords. Because to be real, like I've said in a couple of the other reviews, I don't think the Time Lords are real. I think there's a Wizard of Oz thing going on here. It's just that we never see them. I just don't think they're real. But also, as they're making their way through Lamentis, I would say, this is just the observation I had, just about genres in general, is like, how come the Western genre is dead, but its influence is felt like everywhere through media, right? Like you watch Star Wars. Star Wars are very Western inclined. I mean, you know what I mean? Like Logan, it's basically a Western. Why did the Western genre itself die, but all its influences and a lot of its attributes have still live on through film? If you have an answer, comments down below. It's also interesting to see with the Lokis that they have a sort of different approaches to life. Our Loki is much more manipulative and about scheming, while Sylvie seems to be a lot more about being direct and to the point. Also, this old lady that they run into in this house is going out like a G, right? She knows that the evacuation train is that way. She didn't even try to go for it. She didn't even try to go for that. She's just like, whatever, I'm just gonna ride this out. It's also interesting to see that in the future that class struggles are still a thing. In the year 2077, we're still dealing with class struggle. Humanity we're truly doomed, aren't we? We are truly doomed. So you basically have it where Sylvie and Loki sneak their way onto this train that's escaping this impending doom on Lamentis. And they start getting into a conversation, and they're not being very subtle about this. It seems that Loki might be possibly pansexual, possibly bisexual. They hint that he's the equal opportunity lover. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting, and that's kind of cool. I mean, I know Marvel's not going to really do anything crazy with it, but that's kind of cool that they let that happen. But yeah, they are on this train, and I couldn't help but feel that in this certain part where Loki is partying on the train, that, yeah, I want to party with Loki, man. Yeah, let's go on the train, let's drink and stuff. I'm down, bruh. But unfortunately, when they're on this train having fun, this old man decides to snitch on them, ruining the fun. So we get a fight scene. And I have to say that with the Marvel fight scenes, especially in this show, I don't really care about the fight scenes. I find myself tuning out a lot, and I definitely tuned out in this fight scene. It just seemed kind of goofy to me. I don't know. I don't really care about it. But yeah, you basically have it where they get kicked off the train, and it seems pretty hopeless because this device that they need in order to escape this doomed planet is broken. So Loki and Sylvie start talking and opening up more to each other, and Sylvie reveals a pretty big secret, which is that everybody in the TVA, spoilers, everybody in the TVA is a variant. So all the Owen Wilson character, everybody that we've been seeing inside the TVA, they're all variants just like Loki, which is pretty messed up because I'm getting the feeling that the TVA does not let the people there know that, because I'm sure they would feel very different about killing other variants if they realize that they too were a variant, you know. And also if they're a variant, because Sylvie hints that she knows this because when she's doing her enchanting spells and stuff, that she can't just make memories up. She has to go into their actual past and make a memory. So that means that the TVA is also suppressing who these people were before, like stealing their life from them basically, which is pretty messed up. So we learned that piece of important plot information, and they finally make themselves, they finally make it to the city that they need to take the spaceship that's supposed to escape this like doomed apocalypse planet. And you get this pretty impressive one-shot fight scene. I did find that there was moments where it seemed like the choreography sort of fell through, and I don't know if they necessarily did a great job of making us understand what direction Loki and Sylvie needed to move in. And then there is a point too where the guards are fighting them that it's a little like, do you see that you're about to die? What is even the point of doing your job of being the guard anymore? Like, you're gonna die on this planet. What's the point? But yeah, during this one-shot fight scene, I did find this one weird moment where this building is about to fall on them, and Loki just sort of stops it with his face or psychic powers or something, and it's a big building. And then I couldn't help but go, wait a minute, Loki has this amount of power? With that amount of power, he would have definitely given the Avengers a much rougher time. So I thought that was strange. I feel like they went with it because it looked cool and not necessarily take into account, would this contradict a bunch of stuff we know about him? But, you know, it's Marvel, so they were just like, it looks cool. But yeah, you see that they do not get to the escape pod in time, and it blows up, and it looks pretty hopeless. It's actually one of the shortest episodes of this season. And yeah, so I'm thinking the only way that Loki and Sylvie can make it out of the situation is they better hope that the TVA come and snatch them up, because this planet is about to die. So yeah, I would say episode 3 was solid. I do think there's little moments that are not super smooth, but overall I would say I would give this episode a 7 out of 10. So yeah, I'm still down for the season. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.